Alright, so the first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to disconnect the gas line so you can get to what you need to get to. Take a pair of needle, I'm just using a pair of vice grips. I'm just going to pull this back and take that off. And slide it back as far as I can, because it's still going to have gas in here, right? So I'm going to slide that back. What I'm going to do is disconnect the line here. And then you want to pull this gas line apart. Pull it away. Because eventually, you're going to want to, it'll come off. You just got to give it some encouragement. Gas is going to automatically want to pour out. So you bend it back like this. And I take the vice grip. I put it on the line. Make sure you got some gloves. I squeeze it like this. Once you get it up there, lock the vice grips. Not your glove like I just did. Make sure your gloves out the way. And then lock the vice grips. No more gas should come out of it at that point. And make sure you have some gloves on, because if you don't have gloves on, you're gonna have a heck of a time trying to you know, get that smell off your hands. So then I open up my kit, see what came with the kit. It should have came with a filter, the things that I need to be able to get this job done. So I'm gonna open this up. Just cut it open on both sides. And be sure not to cut whatever you got in your kit trying to get it open. So I'm starting to see all the things that came in my kit. I have a new filter. I don't know if you can see that. With a shutoff. I have a new spark plug. I have some new clamps. I have a new carburetor. And I looked up the exact model. So this should solve all that. You know, because see what happens when you let your stuff sit. You know, you don't want to start. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is take your 11mm wrench and undo these little bolts here. That'll help to, there's one on this side and one on that side. And those are your bolts that'll help you slide the carburetor off. And it'll be hard to see this stuff at first because you'll have all this dirt in the way. You reach up under here, take that, and you take them two screws off. And then you just kind of shake this off. Kind of get this off of here. It's going to be hooked up to another line. This is really going to be hooked up to some stuff. So you have another screw up here that I noticed. That's going to be probably about a 10mm or 9/16 right there. So take this socket here, put it in there, and that socket will, once you pull that off and unloosen that, you should be able to get to the slide this whole thing off. And then once all three of these bolts come off, Now this thing wiggles and moves. Should be pretty simple. Pull this out. So I got the main tray off now. I'll set that to the side. And now you got your carburetor here. But you're not finished yet. To take the carburetor off, and I have a couple more bolts right here. So I'll take this wrench and take these two bolts off. And once I take these bolts off, this turns. Pull that out. And this turns on the other side. Turn these up, turn these. And then you got a couple other little things you gotta deal with as far as the linkages. You got the linkages up here, linkage for throttle and everything. Gotta pull these 3 linkages out, and then you should be right at the carburetor. There, you should be able to get it right off. But what I'm doing right here, I'm trying to take this linkage off here, this little thin linkage. I was a little concerned about this little thin one. The other one's a little stronger. This one's got a little hole going through it. I pulled that one off. That's one linkage piece. And right under that, got another linkage. It needs to come off. Alright. Pull both of those off successfully. Now I got this one. And this thing is off. This can always be cleaned, reused for something later. I'll move this over to the side. Now I bring the new carburetor over. I'm going to take this linkage here. A little skinny one. Put it in that little hole there beside the white hole. Right there. Then there's the white hole there. Might have to bend this line down a little bit so I can get this one in. Just got to be careful not to bend this piece. I'm going to go ahead and put my, everything looks like it's put together so far, so I'm going to put this on and tighten it up now. And I'll put the little bolts through. I got everything connected. Got my Permatex on. And I'll just tighten it up. And if you got a better wrench than this, you got a hand wrench, I probably got one. I'm just trying to hurry up and get it tightened because I got that Permatex working in there. Alright. So that's nice and tight. See that? That's open. Close. That's open. Wide open right there. If you push it all the way back, it really doesn't matter because you're only going close and open. So I'm sure you guys got a chance to see that. You know, how tight is really up to you, right? Because you're the one that's gotta, I don't want you to break this cap. Because you might end up going shopping around looking at older lawnmowers, trying to get it fixed. So be easy on that cap, if you will. Shouldn't take much. Then tighten that bolt on the top we were doing earlier. Tighten that down. Tighten this bolt. Got that brand new carburetor in there. I'm gonna tighten this up just a little bit more. Alright. All that's up there nice and lovely. So, what you gotta do now, gas line here, you gotta deal with. And this is a different, this carburetor here has a different little mechanism on the side. This little thing right here, that one don't have it. That one just got that little hole right there. So what I'm gonna have to do is figure that out as I go. Right now I'm just gonna take this hose off, and that's what I got right there for the hose on the side. So that's just the way it is. This is probably an OEM, originally manufactured one, but I'm just gonna stick it up here and clamp it up there and see what will happen. The gas spilling around from the carburetor, but it's okay. I'll put this up here. If it doesn't want to hold, I got a stronger clamp for it. So I'm going to put the gas shutoff back here. So when I undo the clamp, I ain't got to worry about that no more. Alright, so I got me another piece of hose. Add a piece up there. I don't know if this clamp is, they gave me the smallest clamps that you could possibly get. But I'm going to try to work something out. Alright, so I got this filter on here. And I'm going to tighten it down. And this particular carburetor does not have like I said, it doesn't have this piece here on the side that can just make this thing a 90-degree angle, because when I close this it pinches my line, but hopefully I'll have enough to be able to do what I need it to do. So the question now is how much, let me see how much do I need to cut this now? I'll probably cut it to about right here. Cut that off, put that to the side. And now I got this end here. I'll slide the clamp in there, slide the hose in here, and then tighten her up. See what happens. I like having a cutoff because, you know, it's always good to be able to turn something off if it's running. I don't care if it's a washing machine, a dryer, anything. You can turn it off. Stop the water, stop the gas or water or oil or whatever from continuing to flow. Now, if this is tight, I'm going to turn the gas on. Let's see if any of it wants to. Okay, so the gas went in there, and I don't see to have any leaks. Went right in there. Flow is good. Everything's good. I shut this. It shouldn't make that much of a difference. Everything should be cool. Have no leaks. This thing should fire up. Shouldn't have any problem. Alright, so the next part of our video is the fuel filter. And what I'm going to do, I got the filter here. And I'm going to just stick it up here like this. It's the same as the old one. Goes up here like so. And then you take this, tighten this down. And then you take this and put this on top, and then you tighten this down. And everything seems to look good. And this concludes our second part of putting on the filter and our tune-up of a riding lawnmower. Alright, so last but not least, I am going to change the spark plug. Got the hood up. I shouldn't have to take the hood off to get to the spark plug. I hope not anyway. What's going on here? The spark plug is way down in there. Wonder what kind of setup we got for a spark plug here. Alright, I had to get this humongous socket to get the spark plug off here. I hope this same socket isn't required to put the old one in, the new one, because the new one is very small. The new spark plug compared to the one I got. Alright, there it is. It's got a lot of oil on it. Spark plug definitely seen its days. Alright. Now I'm going to put the new spark plug in here and see if they match up the same size. They're not the same size head, but they're the same size piece that goes in there. So alright, she's in there. So alright. Got the spark plug in there. So that concludes our entire video on how to do a light maintenance on your riding lawnmower. You can check me out on mycontentbuffet.com. Thanks for watching.